everyone, and welcome back to On a Roll. I'm Rachel.
I'm Shaylee.
I'm Nikki Flash.
I'm Lizzie.
And we're changing it up a little bit this week. Zach and Noah are behind the camera, and then we have Shaylee, Nick, who's usually here, and Lizzie, who's been on a couple times. But it's Shaylee's first time. It's going to be very exciting.
Wow.
And today we're going to start up with some warm-up questions, so we all get into it, and we'll see where these branch off and what happens. But the first question, which I know Lizzie has a story, is what's the scariest and or creepiest thing that has ever happened to you?
You guys can start if you want. Or do you want to think about it?
I mean, I thought of it earlier, but...
Okay, I can start.
Okay.
Well, this didn't happen to me, but it happened to my friend. And it's really creepy. So,
Off to a great start. Anyway.
But I really wanted to tell it.
Okay.
My friend went to South Carolina or North Carolina last summer to stay with her aunt on the beach because her aunt has a beach house. And she was reading a book on the beach, you know, as you do. And the book was a murder mystery. And it started off with this guy was like at a beach house. And while he was at the beach house, a body washed up. And like he freaked out, you know, and was solving the murder. And so she's reading this book on the beach. And all these people start gathering around. And she's like, whoa, that's pretty weird. Let's go check that out. So she goes up, and a body had washed up on the beach as she was reading a story about a body washing up on the beach. And so she stopped reading it after that because she didn't want to know if, like,
She dies.
she died. Yeah, she was, like, legitimately afraid. And I think if that would have ever happened to me, I might have cried and, like, ran away. So that's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
That wasn't the question, but thank you.
You're welcome.
Nick.
Just being in Ohio in general is the scariest thing
Terrifying.
ever.
The cops.
No, just in general,
Horrifying.
the whole state is
Oh.
just awful.
Awful. The
So
only
bad.
memory I have is my family getting pulled over, and the cop was horrifying, and I cried.
Is that true? I thought that was, like, fake. Like, they're really mean to Michigan people?
They're just
I
mean
guess
in general.
So. I don't know if they're just mean in general, mean to Michigan people. or
They're
what.
ornery folk.
They were mean to my mom when she got pulled over there, too.
Yeah.
Ornery.
Your turn, Shaylee.
I guess the creepiest thing I experienced is seeing a dead person. Just
Want to
I know
elaborate?
it's
Okay.
Did you find it?
Was it just like last weekend?
No, I used to work at a hospital, so I was walking by a room and I had to give food to them, and I went into the room to give the person
Oh my
food,
God.
and they were dead.
Did you yell at them for not eating the food?
No.
How did you know they were
I
dead?
Like protocol, I have to ask them their name and their birthday to make sure I'm giving it to the right person, and they weren't responding.
So you're like, wow, this guy's really rude.
So I had to go get the nurses, and then you heard like the code blue,
yeah.
and then you're like, oh, nah, but it's not me. So yeah,
Is that what they call it, a code blue?
Code blue. I think it's usually
that's
code
when
blue.
adults are. Well, it depends on the hospital, but that's when adults are not breathing.
Yeah.
What is it when children are breathing?
There's a different.
I don't
I
know,
don't
it's
Is
like
it
remember.
code
a
like
ton
blue?
of different codes.
No, there's a bunch of them. Red is fire, I'm pretty sure. Green was tornado. It was on the back. It was on the back of my badge that I had.
I thought you meant, like, all of those happened, like, while you were at the hospital.
No. Yeah, there was a tornado.
There's a
I saw a
tornado.
dead guy.
No.
A fire tornado full of dead people is coming to the building.
That would be
That
really
sounds like a
creepy.
new film idea. Okay, well, I had like a real life one, and then I had like a stupid one. But I'll just say the short one first. The short one was just when my car was smoking when I was driving to Midas. No. But that was like the like real scary. But the scariest I've ever been, like a creepy thing. We were at my friend's old house. We were watching like one of the Paranormal Activity movies. I think it was like the second one. We were watching it in like their home like movie theater, so it was like a huge screen like on the wall with like surround sound. And then so we finished the movie, but then there was an alternate ending. So my friend was trying to like click the thing to go down to like the alternate ending, and she like couldn't figure out to get it to work, and she was like, oh, maybe it's this button, and she clicked it, and the whole TV, like the entire wall went to static, like in the movie, like how the TVs do. It was like, and the surround sound was so loud, and I like jumped out of the couch and was like traumatized. Like I was like hyperventilating. It was so scary. That's like the biggest like jump scare I've ever had.
I think you told me that one before.
Yeah,
That's,
it was so scary.
I guess I have a kind of real one.
About you?
Like from like actually me.
Do tell.
My mom has this giant 6-foot tall Santa, and she
Already
puts
terrifying.
it. She puts it by the stairs. At my old house, she used to put it by the stairs every Christmas. And so like you'll walk down the stairs, and it's the first thing you'll see in the morning. And so like obviously like every 2 days I would forget it was there, come down the stairs and like freak out because there was like a 6-foot tall thing. But then it was also around the time I started staying home by myself for the first time. Like, and I used to play like a lot of like, I think Call of Duty and stuff like back then. And so I forgot, like everyone was gone. And so like I was hearing noises and I started freaking out. And then I walk around the corner and there's this giant 6-foot tall man. And so I went and like hid for a while. And I called my mom and she's like, Lizzie, that's
Just
Santa.
Santa.
And I walked out and was like, oh, okay. But I was terrified.
Yeah, I've had that feeling before, especially when I
scary.
like first started staying home alone. I would like go home and like turn on the TV and like crank the volume just so I didn't feel like I was like all alone, and it would drown out any scary sounds.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do when I moved by myself the first time, the summer after I graduated. And then someone jumped out of the woods and
Oh my God.
I'll just tell that story. That's scary. and
Yeah,
creepy.
tell that story.
Yeah.
I was coming home from dance class, and where I lived was, I mean, it's a crappy old trailer, whatever, and it was on a lake, so you like came around, but it was a very small lake, so when I came around, I could see, and I saw this car there, so I was like, I'm just gonna drive by. I'm not actually gonna go there, because my house was surrounded by woods. There was nobody near me within like a few blocks or whatever. So when I came around, I was like, they like had turned their car on and then drove away. So then I like pulled in, but when I was coming, I saw someone run across the road out of the woods by my house and then run down the road. And then I pull in and I called, I think I called my mom, and I started like crying, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Someone just jumped out of the woods and ran down the road, and I was freaking out, and they were like, well, are you inside? I was like, no, I'm in my car. So I had to go inside, and then once on my way going inside, of course I dropped my keys. And I'm like freaking out. I kept her on the phone. I'm like, I just dropped my keys. And I'm locked out of my car in my house now. And I was like freaking out. And then once I got inside, I sat in a recliner that was just by the door, and I cried and locked the door. And then I didn't sleep that night.
Aww.
A lot of creepy things happened there. Someone tried coming in the middle of the night too.
Oh my God.
The door, like, you could lock
horrifying.
it, but if you jiggled it a lot, you could actually just open it, and credit card easily get in. And at like 1 in the morning, I heard someone trying to get in and like wiggling the handle. Yeah.
Why?
That's so
I don't
scary.
know. It was scary because
Did
I
you
was
call the
surrounded by like
cops?
swamp. No, I don't know why. I like woke up and heard it and just like laid there. I was like, don't move. And then like
Robbers can't see
I went
you
back
if you
to
don't
sleep.
move.
You went back to sleep?
I just went back to sleep. I don't know. It was creepy though.
What if they like came in and like spent the night?
I
you
wouldn't
feel like
have known? I guess.
I would
don't
hope
know.
they would make
And they just,
breakfast in the
like,
morning. That's the courteous thing to do.
Well, after like that happened, because that happened before the person ran across the road, I grabbed one of the knives I had in there and I kept it in my room because I didn't have a gun or anything.
Yeah,
So
like-
I was just like, well, I'm living here by
Something
myself.
to defend yourself.
I don't talk to my mom on a regular basis. She would not know if I died because like until a few days later. So I was like, I probably should protect myself, and I got a knife.
Did you just like set booby traps in your house like Home Alone?
No, I thought that would have been a good idea.
Ornaments by all the windows.
I don't
What's
know
the
how that
sitch?
happened. Yeah.
Scary
Okay.
things happening to me apparently.
Yeah, that's terrifying. I would have moved out back home.
That's
I
crazy.
moved back there last summer too, but I had someone living with me then, so that was better.
Yeah. And this isn't really a question, but worst experience of hitting on someone or having someone hit on you?
I don't remember my story, so.
Wow. It's not about Zach.
No,
Oh, that's disappointing.
I gotta remember it. You have to give me a minute. Does anyone else have? Don't you have a
I
story?
have a story.
I thought you did.
Okay. This is the story of the library stalker. Library stalker, if you're watching this, please never come back to the library. But so I was alone at the tech desk in the library the one day. I wasn't even alone. Like my coworker just like got up for like to go to the bathroom. And this kid like comes up. I'm calling him a kid because he looks like he's like 12, but we're probably pretty much like the same age. I think he's like a year younger because he was a freshman. But he came up and he asked for a pencil sharpener, so I like gave him one. And he came in around our desk, because our desk is like a cubicle kind of thing. And he came in the desk, which was already weird. And so he was like asking me about myself, and I think I was eating Chick-fil-A, and he was like asking me about Chick-fil-A, and I was like, this is a weird conversation. And then he was just like, hey, do you like plays? And I was super thrown off because I do like plays, so I thought he like recognized me from something or like somehow knew, and so I was like, oh yeah. And he was like, it's like, oh, I hear like the plays here are good, and I was like, yeah, they're really good. Like my friends are in a lot of them. And he was like, oh, well, maybe we could go see one sometime. And I was like, oh, no. And then he was like kept trying, and then he's just like, no, like, and then, so I finally was just like, I'm kind of talking to someone. And then he goes, I'm kind of talking to someone right now, too. And then he winks, and I'm like, no, just go away. And he finally just walked away. But then I saw him, then he would always come into the library and sit, like, facing the desk so he could just, like, watch me. And it was horrible.
That's so creepy.
That's creepy.
So that's my story.
Okay.
I don't think I have one that I can think of. I guess I had some guy in one of my classes that always kind of wanted to like hang out. He's like, oh, we should do this, we should do this. We have common friends. Someone on my dance team knew him, and I asked her about him, and he's like, no, he's creepy. He doesn't know the line between friend and not friend, and he always crosses it. So I was like, oh no, and he wouldn't stop. So then I told him, actually, no, it was my boyfriend, and that was before we were actually together. So I was like, sorry, hopefully you don't know this person. I told him you were my boyfriend, so that's his. I don't really have anything.
How about you, Nick?
Nikki.
Nikki,
Flash.
have you ever hit on someone and it went really badly?
No, I've never hit on anyone, ever, in my life. No, one time I was very under the influence at a restaurant eating pizza, and I really liked the waiter we had. So
Waiter or waitress?
Waitress. And when she came to give me like my bill after I'd already paid with the credit card, I like wrote the tip, signed it, and then I put, "You're really hot, you're a 10." Smiley face, and then I said, "We gotta get out of here, guys." And I just turned and ran out of the restaurant. So that was probably the worst one, but
So there's more?
there's probably more, but that I think was the worst one.
That's great.
I've had creepy people hit on me, but they weren't really like, it's not entertaining. They were just creepy. But there were like 2 times where like I made it really awkward. The first time, my friend we thought she had been date raped. And so I was like really like, not date rape, but she got the drug. We thought someone had slipped her the drug. And so like we were like I was really on edge. And so there's this guy in the library, and he handed me a note, and he's like, "Here you go." Or no, it was in the OC. And I was like, "Okay, thanks." And I didn't touch the note because I was worried the note was like drugs. And so I like,
You're not gonna eat the note?
somehow like, no, like that you can drug people by touching stuff, like it's a thing. And so like I like got it into my
College.
notebook without like touching it somehow. and took it to work because I didn't want to like touch it or like look at it if like I wasn't, what the heck, around people.
Silence your phone.
It was, my phones never have sound on. But I didn't want to like open it unless there were like people around me that would protect me. But it was just
From the
someone's
drugs.
number. Yeah, from the drugs that weren't in it. It was
That's
just
so
someone's
funny.
number. And this other time, you know how people put stuff in food? Like, that's a thing?
Like seasoning?
Like,
No,
When
like,
you do the engagement
notes and
ring?
stuff.
Oh, I've never seen it.
oh,
I was
Well-
thinking like the little babies in king cakes.
I don't
Oh,
know.
like pop
For
out?
Mardi Gras?
Oh.
I don't know,
Okay.
but like, I was like, I knew that was a thing, and I was waiting for this person to ask me out, and they gave me a cookie, and I ate the cookie, and I tasted paper, and I thought that it was like that sort of thing, and so I kept like eating the cookie, not knowing what to do, because I was totally eating a piece of paper, and I didn't know what to do, and so I just walked out and threw it away.
Why didn't you just look?
I couldn't look, it was in my mouth.
Wasn't there more in the cookie?
No, I shoved the whole cookie in. It wasn't a big cookie. And so I just left and spit it out, and there was paper in there, but I had been chewing on it so long, trying to like figure out if
Trying
I had
to
put
absorb
something
whatever
in
it said through your mouth.
So I still don't know if it was like a note or if like a piece of paper just got stuck to it and I was chewing on it like that for no reason. But like either way, I didn't want to ask. Like, did I just like
Hey, did
eat
you
like your note?
did you put like a note in that cookie? Because I
Or
kind of
did I
ate it.
just
Just
eat a piece
wondering.
of paper?
I may or may not
I
have
think
ate
I
a piece of
swallowed
paper.
parts of it. It
So
was really awkward. But that's it. That's the most awkward like I've ever been in my life. I was eating a piece of paper just to like avoid like it being more awkward. That's it.
That's great. Okay, so I'm just rolling with what's on in my head. Earlier we were talking about bananas going extinct. Can you please explain it? What you were saying? Because I'm confused.
On the thing that you were watching,
The Rooster Teeth podcast.
yeah, I couldn't think of the name. They were talking about how there used to be bananas that tasted like how bananas flavoring is, but
Yeah.
those ones went extinct, so we have our current banana. And what they were
Which is shitty.
saying is that we better enjoy bananas now and how they taste because like those ones are eventually
Change.
going to go extinct.
I
But
thought
there
you said
will
there
be a new
was-
banana.
There is like a virus that's like killing them off.
There is, but like I think they were saying like the taste is gonna change again. They might have been saying they'll go totally extinct, but I thought they were saying like the taste
That's
is
what I
gonna
thought.
change.
I thought they were saying they're going totally extinct, and then they're going to like try to take some and almost like genetically
Yeah,
modify them,
which would change the taste.
Yeah, so they'd be like a
That's-
different
yeah.
banana, basically.
It'd be a different, it'd still be a banana, but it would taste different.
Yeah, because they were saying something about how they like can't save them because they all like exist from the same original like plant.
They should be able to modify them still.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
I was very fascinated by it. I
Did
was
you
gonna do more
know
research,
that-
but I didn't.
I did not
about
know
bananas.
Yeah.
That. I did not.
I learned a lot from that podcast, have to say.
Okay, but like you have to fact check that because like
Yeah. I was gonna look up more, but I haven't yet.
yeah, they're not like experts on bananas.
No. That's what I think they said in the same podcast. They're like, we literally probably pull stuff out of our ass like 90% of the time. I
Except
was
like Gavin is smart, but he seems dumb. But he's usually the smartest. He is. Okay.
So, what are your guys' favorite fruits? My dad was saying that bananas are like the cheapest, but I don't pay attention.
Not bananas.
Bananas are not good.
Strawberries or raspberries.
Yeah, I can't eat them right now.
My favorite's tomatoes
Ooh.
because they're seeded. But no, that's crazy. They're a vegetable. My favorite's probably bananas.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, bananas are the
I
best.
like
You,
pineapple.
you peel them and then
And
you
grapes.
eat them. They're really tasty.
Like watermelon, like any kind of melon, but mostly watermelon. I just love fruit in general.
I like
I'm not
fruit.
really picky.
I like berries. I'm picky, but I like all the berries. But I don't like melons or. I think that's. Yeah, pineapple. I don't like pineapples or apples.
Pineapple's okay.
How did a pineapple get to be called a pineapple? Because it doesn't look like an apple. And it doesn't have like seeds
I
like
guess
an
the
apple.
pine is like, because they're like pokey. So like they look
Like
like, a pine
apples?
cone. No, like a pine cone.
But then why would they be called pineapple?
Because they
I
grow
don't
from
know.
a tree like apples.
But bananas grow from trees, and we don't call them banana apples.
But they're
Where
not
did
round.
pineapples originate?
They're rounded at the edges.
I
They're-
don't know.
That's probably, it
I mean,
probably
like, the
stems from
English
what they were like
language is
originally
stupid.
called. Yeah.
It is.
Apple probably means like fruit. in
Yeah, because
some
pineapple
Yeah.
in
language.
French is like, I can't think of it.
I know what you're
looking it up.
talking about. I looked at that the other day.
It's like, oh yeah, I was like, it's like banana. It's ananas.
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 That's gonna be my new name. Ananas.
Ananas.
Ananas flash.
Pineapple in French. Fascinating. Okay. This subject was highly requested by one of our members. Let's talk about babies. Lizzie, what do you have to say?
I just wanted to put babies on there because I wanted, and you know I would hate it. But I love babies.
I love babies too.
Do you love babies?
Babies are okay. I used to like them
Funny
a lot
story
more than
about
I do
babies.
Now. Ooh,
Me
lay
and
it
my
on us.
friends were movie hopping one day at the good old AMC 30 because they don't check your ticket stubs. And we guess what movie we came across?
Boss
Boss
baby.
Baby.
Boss baby.
No.
Baby
It was
boss.
a movie just called Babies, and it was like a 3-hour documentary about babies. There was no narration. There was
There was no narration.
There was
It
only
was just-
music and pictures of babies playing,
Oh my
I
god,
wanna see
Lizzie would have
that.
been in heaven.
and there were people watching the movie.
Are you sure it wasn't like a private thing where people were like gathering to watch family pictures of babies?
I hope not, because we walked in there and said, "What the hell is this?" and walked out.
So you didn't stay.
We stayed for like 3 minutes.
So you don't know that was the whole movie.
Oh no, that was the whole movie.
It could have just been like a flashback and looking at
Yeah.
themselves as
Yeah.
babies. You never know.
Is this
No,
on
it was the
IMDb?
Terrence Malick movie of babies.
Who's Terrence Malick?
Never heard of that baby movie.
It was a treat for the 3 minutes we watched it.
That's
Oh,
the
is this
only
it?
baby story.
Documentary.
See?
A look at 1 year in the life of 4 babies from around the world, from Mongolia to Namibia.
Namibia.
It's like anemone.
No, it's
anemone.
Namibia.
To San Francisco to Tokyo. Wow. Fascinating.
My
Starring
baby.
Bayar,
Why was
Hattie,
it my baby?
Marie, and Ponijao.
I'm sorry,
I'm
I
probably
led us on
saying
this
everything
tangent.
wrong.
Wait, why was it my baby?
Cause it's Asian.
What? Oh,
Oh no.
I used to love babies. Did you guys play with baby dolls when you were little?
No, I played with Barbies.
I don't remember.
I played with Barbies, but I had a very
Brats.
special baby
Bratz.
doll. I played with
Brats
Bratz
were the
dolls
best.
too. I was just thinking about that today. Because I was like, my brat
Did
dolls,
you
I
play
used to
with
make them
Bratz?
ride my
No.
Little Ponies.
My sister and my
Combined
cousin
worlds.
had those American doll,
American Girl
doll.
dolls.
American Girl dolls.
I've never had one
I had
of those.
one.
I
and
had
it was
one
named
and I never
Rachel,
played
and she
with
rode
it.
horses, but she didn't look like me.
Do you ride horses?
I did when I was younger.
Really?
It's like the book paradox thing from earlier with the dead body.
But she had red hair. And
But okay, if you got a book and that happened, would you keep reading the book? Like if something creepy happened and then it happened to you, would you keep reading that book?
Oh yeah, because I would want to see if I got $1 million at the end.
What if you died and then you
Well,
died of
we
your
all gotta
life?
die
what was
sometimes.
the book
We
from
all
the
don't
point
get $1
of
million.
view of the person?
What?
What was the point of view in the book? Because if it was from your point of view, then you can't die, or else the book would.
Well,
not
I'm saying
end,
like
you
if
know?
Well,
not
They
true.
thought about that.
well,
American
the book
Beauty
could
was
end
first-person
with the
narration.
death.
Kevin
That's-
Spacey dies. Spoiler warning. The movie's only 18 years old.
I guess true.
But would you read it if like bad stuff kept
I
happening?
wouldn't. I would stop.
I would wait for a happy ending.
What if it
I'd
didn't?
probably
It doesn't
read
always
it.
happen.
They'll never know.
Maybe
I
I would
would.
just like Google it to see what the ending of the book is, and then
But what if
If
it
it's
still
worth
came
it,
to
then I
life
would read
because
it.
of the Google?
that'd be terrifying. Unless it was a good thing.
It's like Rings, but with books. It's called Pages.
Pages. You read them, you die.
I would
Wasn't there-
probably die really slow because I'm a slow reader.
I was thinking I'm a really slow reader.
I'd be like,
I'm
and
not.
then I'm like, oh, I gotta take a break.
I'm
The
not
killer's just
that
like standing behind me, like, please, sir, can you finish this book?
Or you like fall asleep and like wake up like 4 hours later.
I'm a fast reader, but I skip parts. So
What?
Not like on
What?
purpose, not on purpose, but my eyes will like I'll be
Jump
reading
down a
and my
couple
eyes will
lines?
jump and I'll know how it ends. So I'll be like, okay. I mean, I'll read it after that, but like I'll be like, oh, I know where this is going because like my eyes like read further ahead while I'm reading. They'll like skim for a second. I think it's weird.
Lizzie has brains on her eyelids that read.
I'm like, okay. Well, now I know where this is going.
That's fascinating.
It happens like with every like major plot point. Like I'll happen to find the sentence right before it happens, like a page before, and be like, okay.
Yeah. Were you guys the people in school that were the slow readers, or were you the kind of people that like wanted to throw something at the slow reader in class?
I was both of those people. I was the slow reader, but then I would hate when other slow readers would read out loud. I'm like, come on already.
I was a slow reader.
I wasn't slow, but like I would read slower than normal to make sure I didn't like stutter or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
That's
I hated slow.
I would like
reading.
read ahead to make sure
Yeah.
that if it was my turn, I didn't mess
I
up,
would
so I wasn't
practice
that
in my
guy.
head.
You like prepared it like a like script.
And then they don't call your number, and you're like, dang it, now I gotta go on to the next paragraph.
Yeah, I did that. Always ahead.
yeah.
My little anxious mind. I was like, nope, can't handle it.
And the
What
fear,
if?
fear of public embarrassment.
Yeah.
Did you ever have to act with someone who was a slow reader though?
Probably a few times. I don't remember acting a lot in like class.
Not in class, like in drama
Acted in,
class.
like theater. We didn't have drama.
Oh, never mind.
Marquette sucks.
Yeah.
We didn't have it either.
We didn't have a class either. We had plays, but no class.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we didn't have.
Yeah.
We had a drama club that was like 5 people in it.
We don't have clubs at my school.
Do you have any
Well,
clubs? Do
Mm-mm.
you have like National Honor Society?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's I think.
Like student council,
Kind of.
kind of.
But they don't do
I
anything.
can't believe you guys didn't have drama class.
Mm-mm.
That's so weird.
We didn't have.
We didn't have
anything.
anyone to teach it, or a place to like. Well, I guess we had a place to do it, but no one.
Hmm.
We had no one to teach. So.
Well, I had
and they weren't
drama
gonna hire
class.
anyone. God forbid they hire someone in the arts.
Does anyone in the arts live in the UP?
Oh, there's some.
There's
Just
like
one.
tree carvers. Right?
One crazy old man in a cabin.
Lizzie whipping up insults. There's just like tree carvers.
Did you at least
No.
have art class?
There's art classes. I didn't take any.
Oh,
in
I
high
love
school.
taking art classes.
Did you have art class?
We had art class, but you could only, it was art 1, there was no art 2, so when I had to take another class because our school didn't offer classes, I had to take art 1 again.
Yep, that's what we did. We just kept retaking art classes.
And it was terrible.
That's so
because
sad.
The art
Yeah,
teacher
that's
hated
sad.
everybody.
Oh, my art teacher was super cool. She was always like super stoned. Just like really chill all the time. Like we had to
That's
turn
great.
in pictures every week, and my pictures were ridiculous. Like I drew a really obese King Midas on a skateboard going, more gold. And then I drew, like, you know the Bosco sticks?
Yes.
Yeah, I drew Bosco da Gama. So it's just like a Bosco stick as like an explorer.
Oh my god. Yeah, I took like the bare minimum of like art classes in middle school, and I was horrible at it, and I hated it, and then I never took it again. I did choir, and that was my like art.
We didn't have choir.
Oh, I did.
Wow.
Hey,
What did you have?
Band, gym, and art.
One art.
One art.
One single
Did you have
art.
gym 1 or gym 2?
It was just gym.
Just
Oh,
gym.
we had gym and we had AP gym.
We
Or
didn't
not
have,
AP gym, it was advanced gym.
Okay.
we didn't have. We have one AP class at my school.
Really?
AP Lit. Yep, and that's it.
Wow.
We had 3.
We had
Could you
like
take them online if you wanted?
I went to our local community college to take classes,
Oh.
but I would have to drive there
Yeah.
to do that and then drive back. But they did offer dual enrollment classes at school also. So I took
That's
sign
nice.
language 1 and 2.
me
Yeah.
too. Did I have ever told you about my sign language class? The first year, like, ours was online because we didn't have we had to go to a room and sit, and like the teacher was like on a screen. And so the first year, it lined up really well. Like our time, because like our times like would overlap. Like for 10 minutes, like she wouldn't be in there and we'd be chilling alone. But the second year, their schedule changed, and it was during like our lunch period too. And so we ended up only having class for like 20 minutes, like out of like the hour and a half, because you get an hour and a half for lunch. And it was so good.
You
It's
had an
like
hour
we
and a half
never
for lunch at your school?
Well, half of it, no, like it's called like our 4th hour, and so like we had to have 3 separate lunch periods though because there were so many people,
Yeah.
and so you had an hour and a half period for 4th hour, and half hour of that was lunch, but it could be like before class, during class, or after class, basically. Like
That's
it's
weird.
weird. But like I got to go to every one because I
had
only had a
The
20-minute
freshmen
class.
would eat, and then sophomore through senior would eat together.
We had 2
Sorry.
lunches, A and B. We got divided by tables. We had our own little crew tables.
Yeah, ours was just because like sophomore through seniors were allowed to go off campus for lunch, and the freshmen couldn't, so that's why they had them split up.
Oh, they wouldn't let us leave.
Yeah, no, we were not allowed to leave. We did,
could leave.
and then we got a new principal, and he will
We
stand
weren't
by the
allowed
door in the parking
ever.
lot and not let
No,
anyone
I wouldn't.
leave.
Everyone in Marquette just goes and smokes in their cars. So.
Why would you
Reveal
smoke
the
outside
secret.
of your car instead of inside your car? Because then the inside of your car smells like cigarette smoke.
Not smoking cigarettes.
Back in my day, there's only one thing you could smoke. Pipe weed.
Did you have an actual high school? Or are you the one who had
Oh
like
no, we
Did you go to school and just like a
like
a-
cardboard
A class-
like
box.
a bunch of bricks?
Well, didn't you have like combined schools?
we have 4th grade through 12th grade in the same building.
Did you have that? Or did you have a high
No,
school?
I lived in an actual society. Jeremiah Johnson was my principal.
I was just wondering because I know like all 3 of you had smaller schools, right?
Yeah.
Well, mine's like the biggest in the UP, but
All 4 people.
I said my class was like 260. That's like the biggest
That's actually
ever.
bigger than my
Yeah,
class.
that's
not
so-
bad.
That's like.
Didn't you
3
say
times
yours
mine.
was like 50 something?
Mine was 82, counting the Baptist Academy in our town and the, what is it?
Homeschool.
Alternative ed. So actually, my class was 70. No, yeah, 70, like 5 or something. But we were the biggest class they've had in years. The class graduating right now has 40, like 2.
Wow.
So
See, you guys can't make fun of the UP. Make fun of her.
they already do.
Yeah.
No,
Make
'cause,
fun
like,
of
we
both.
live
They're
clo-
like,
like-
different.
Like, do you know how hard it is to find someone that knows where Almont is?
I don't
It's
know what
hard. It's a
Almont
tough
is.
life.
I do.
I know. That's why I
I
don't make
know.
fun of your little little school. But I do make fun of the UP.
Yeah, I don't know where anything is down here, so
It's just
crazy.
hanging up there.
I can
can't
get to
believe
school
that,
and get
though.
to Target and get to Meyer. And that's about it.
I can't even get to Target, so that's okay. It's more than me.
Oh, I know all the sneaky routes.
But you're kind of closer.
I mean,
You
I
drive.
live back in Almont still, but
But you drive.
I do drive. My moped. It's good on gas.
So you have a moped?
No.
Oh, okay. I knew you couldn't drive it to school, but
I'm not a
Maybe I should
dangerous
have one.
person.
no.
I like
I
calculated.
could see you riding a motorcycle, like having
A
one.
Harley.
Yeah.
Just me in the open road.
Hair flowing.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that wig's up and then looking at you again.
It's very itchy.
Okay. Okay, good talk. I like how that started with babies, and I have no idea where it went from there.
Well, babies love motorcycles, so.
But our last little segment, we are going to play Two Truths and a Lie. So, who wants to go first?
Lizzie does.
Okay, I'll go first. 1 second.
I have to go first.
I'll look away
I
so
have
I'm
mine
not
pulled
cheating.
up. Do we have to are we all gonna collectively decide, or are we all gonna individually vote and then she'll tell? Individually? Okay.
Okay, I
Is she
have 3
counting?
things.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to make sure I had all of
But
them.
one's a lie, right?
One is a lie.
Okay.
One of them. I'm probably gonna laugh on every single one.
And that's how we'll know it's a lie.
No, I'm gonna laugh even when it's the truth. Oh, it's 2 truths and 1 lie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how the game works.
Okay, so my first one is that I used to have a pet highlighter. My second one is that I helped set a world record. And my third one is that I once placed first place in a statewide powerlifting match.
It's the second one.
Second one?
My vote's for the second one.
It's the second
I
one.
was saying I was gonna go with the second one.
You're all wrong.
Damn.
I placed 9th place in a statewide.
That's what I was like, I don't know.
I definitely
like,
was not first.
Well, I was thinking like your sister, because I know your sister doesn't
My
usually.
sister did. I did not.
That's what.
You guys are the
Tricky.
same people.
Yeah,
so
I helped.
That doesn't count.
We are definitely not. No, I helped set the world record for the most people playing rock, paper, lizard, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock at a gaming convention. I think it counted for rock, paper, scissors too. I don't think it was like exclusively that.
Whoa.
I got a T-shirt for it,
Crazy.
and I did have a pet highlighter, which was really sad.
I didn't
I
get
think
it.
that's funny that none of us, like all of us, were just like, oh
I-
yeah, that's.
No, I
That's
knew.
the right one.
I knew everyone was
I was
gonna
like,
do
that's
that.
totally true.
I normally say my
What was
other
its
one is
name?
normally Bob, B-O-A-B,
What color
because
was
I
it?
couldn't even spell it normally. Yellow.
Boab.
Boab, that was its name.
Boab, the yellow
Bob.
highlighter.
It's so sad.
Wait.
I'm glad I told that one.
Why did you spell it like that?
She didn't know
I
what to
changed
spell.
my. That's when around the time I changed how I spelled my name too. Like obviously.
Do you spell it
You were
with
like,
3 Z's?
This is right.
No, with an I, and not an E.
I don't know how to spell Lizzie.
Lizzi.
That's how I spell.
That's how she spells hers.
Oh, I thought it was
It's
like
usually
Lizzzie.
That's usually
Some
it.
people
but
do
I don't-
that. I know
I didn't
Lizzie
do that.
spells it that way.
But I usually say my other one, which works well, is usually that I've been in a music video, but you two are both film people, and so I didn't think that would trick you at all.
We know where. We know.
Wait, you were saying that was your truth
That
or your lie?
what one? The
Music
music,
video.
video? That's the truth.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
What music video were you in?
Zach's mom's.
Oh,
Yeah.
Zach's mom's.
it's casual.
Your mom's a musician?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's pretty good.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Your turn, Nick.
My turn.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't write these down, so you have to recall them. First one is that Jurassic Park: The Lost World is the movie that made me fall in love with films.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I think that was on the podcast.
No.
True.
Second is my favorite band is Blink-182. And then the third is that I had to get rid of my first car because the tire fell off while I was driving in downtown Rochester.
The second one.
The second one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the second one.
Your favorite band is Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh,
Am I right?
I guess I
Didn't
yeah.
know that, but I didn't think it was Blink-182.
I do really like Blink-182 though.
Oh,
who
They're my
doesn't?
second favorite band.
Can't
But yeah,
not like
that is the lie.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I knew it.
Okay. Mine is
You guys can put your phones up on the thing. It's not illegal.
It's illegal.
my first one is I used to be a model. My second one is I've shot an 8-point deer. And my third one is I've won a cruise.
I'm gonna go with the second one.
I feel like you could have shot a deer, but you'd be like, oh, it was a 6-point, not an 8-point.
No, I just think like
Must
I
say
can
third one.
totally see her shooting a deer, and so I have to say no, because you're tricking me.
What?
So you're picking the second one, you're picking the third.
Pick the first one, Rachel. One of us will win.
Too easy.
I'll say the first one.
First one, it's the second one. I've never shot a deer ever.
I knew that would be too easy.
And then I've won a cruise by modeling actually, so.
What were you modeling for?
Actually, 2 people in Michigan won it. Like it was like a competition, and 2 people in Michigan got it. I did, and then some like 23-year-old. I was like 12 when I won it, and then 2 people in all the Midwest, I think, from each state.
But
got
what were
to.
you modeling?
Shooting a deer.
Nothing. Like it was like an interview thing because modeling isn't just like walking down the runway and stuff. And then we went on the cruise, and then there was like competition during it. So there was like swimsuit, there was talent, there was formal, and then there was just like casual.
And you went on with a 23-year-old?
Well,
Like, she was
when
there
we
too?
got there, it was by age group.
Oh, okay.
I actually won the talent. I got I
What'd
think
you do?
second in the
Did you
swim
dance?
set. Yeah, I got second in the swimsuit, modeling, and then I don't think I placed in the other ones. But there was like hundreds.
What was your age range?
I don't remember.
Because that's weird that
I
I feel
always
like
thought
you shouldn't
that-
have a swimsuit one that young.
Yeah, I
I
always
was
think
in
that's
sixth
weird because
grade.
I'm like, they're like sexualizing a 12-year-old. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't really remember, but I do remember like going and being the young one.
Okay, but like free cruise though. You can
Yeah, that's
sexualize
cool.
my 12-year-old body for a free cruise.
Okay then, it's your turn, Rachel.
As soon as it started coming out of my mouth, I was like, maybe I shouldn't be saying this. It was too late.
I think that should be the title of the video.
As soon as it was.
Oh man. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Mine is I'm the tallest one in my family. I'm terrified of birds, and I wrote a play when I was in high school.
Going to say
I'm
the
pretty sure you're
first
terrified
one.
of birds.
The first one.
first one.
First one is a lie.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the first one too.
Oh shoot! I messed it up. I was like, why are you all saying the first one? I meant I'm the shortest one in my family.
Oh.
Not the tallest. I ruined it. I had one job. Okay.
Was
well,
it the second one then?
Was it none of them then?
no.
Were they all
okay.
true?
Well, let's go back. So I'm the shortest one in my family, terrified of birds, and I wrote a play in high school.
I'm gonna go
Wait,
with the
now I'm
second one.
confused.
First
gonna
one.
go
I'm
with the
down.
first
I'm
one.
sticking with my.
We're
I'm sticking
picking-
with the first
Sticking
one.
with the first.
We're
one.
picking the lie.
No,
Yeah.
I'm taking the second one. Jumping ship.
I'm sticking with the first one.
The third one.
The third one?
Yeah.
Okay, you were right. I did not write a play in high school, and I am the shortest one in my family.
That was
And
a
for
good
those
one though, 'cause
watching,
you're a theater person.
I'm 5'10", so I'm not short, but I'm the shortest in my family.
I know you're terrified of birds.
I was I knew
Yeah.
you were terrified of birds.
I fucking hate birds.
My cousin's terrified of birds.
My
Funny
mom's
story. When he was a
terrified.
kid, my brother-in-law like buried him up to his neck in sand, and then they put like breadcrumbs around him so all the birds came out.
That's terrifying. I would die.
That's why he doesn't like birds anymore. We went to a Tigers game and he was freaking out because there were birds.
That's so
so
scary.
mean.
Yeah, I was attacked by a goose when I was like 2. That was when I still lived down here before I even moved to the UP.
Is that why you moved to the UP?
Yeah,
You
I
get
had
away
to
from all these
leave.
geese. They fly south
No.
for the winter.
But then in the UP at the Garland Zoo, if anyone has ever been there, it's still there. I always drive by it when I go home, but I've never stopped in because I'm scarred. But they just let all the birds like roam free.
The peacocks.
Yeah, and I was like really little, probably like 4. So like they were all like the same size as me. And it was horrifying, and I cried like the whole time.
I think all zoos do that. Well, like most zoos do that.
Yeah.
now. Like Binder Park does.
Have I
Horrifying.
told you about peacocks?
No, you've never told us about
I
peacocks.
think
Like scientific facts?
No.
Or
Once, when I was little in like 3rd grade, we went to the like Dominican Republic, and they have a ton of peacocks there. They're just everywhere, walking around. And they would wake us up every morning, like doing peacock noises, kind of like a rooster. And like one time we were walking around, and this peacock wandered into someone's hotel room and it just like didn't come out, and then the maid came in, and I don't know what happened, but I thought that was really funny.
That's a great
Like
story.
they didn't walk
Lizzie.
in and see a peacock.
I think that peacock had like a hostage situation.
Honestly, the maid probably has experienced that before, though. If there's
Probably.
peacocks
Been in a
everywhere.
hostage situation.
So I just like picks it up and is like,
My
"I'm gonna
sisters were terrified of them,
She's like, oh no, not
and
again
they were
this week.
everywhere. It was so funny. Like we were terrified of everything there. They had like all these peacocks, and they had lizards everywhere. There was one in our room, and then they had these flies that were like huge and buzzed everywhere. And they like spent half the time running away from things.
Prehistoric
I used to chase
flies.
the peacocks at the zoo, and the chickens. I used to just chase them, but chickens don't like them.
I have pet chickens, but
I do too.
yeah. I hate
Shaylee, why
them.
don't
They're
you tell us
evil.
about your chickens?
I had 20 chickens. Well, I used to have
Oh,
20.
she
No,
wins.
Your chicken
I
story.
have 4.
What chickens?
About what you made your dad do to the chicken. Or was that your sister?
I don't know what you're talking about.
With its head?
Oh, I wanted to, but I couldn't.
Well, tell the story.
Well, I'm gonna tell the story of all my chickens.
Okay.
So my
All
mom,
20.
All 20 of them. Start with number 1.
my mom ordered 20 chicks on the internet, and they came in the mail in a box. And then one ended up being a boy. My mom did not want a boy; she wanted all the girls. So
Well,
we
yeah,
could have
that would be
eggs.
a bad day.
Well, she felt bad and couldn't kill it, so we kept it. Well, then the girl birds kept being mean to the rooster, and it was like losing all its feathers because they were like pecking at him, and they were really mean to it. And my mom got sick of it, so he got chopped up. And my family did not do it. We had one of our daycare parents that also had chickens take it to the chicken
Butcher.
Slaughterhouse?
Yeah, the slaughterhouse. I don't really know. And then we've had, so there's one, now we're down to 19.
Did
and then
you
we had
eat it?
another chicken that got stuck in the mud and died. Because it got stuck in mud. But the chicken story that Lizzie's talking about is I asked my dad to cut the head off a chicken so I could see it run around because I've never seen a chicken run around headless. And I asked my dad to do that, but he told me no.
Oh, I thought he did.
No, he didn't. But he's
Can you
done
just
it
look
before.
up a video on YouTube?
I've never even done that. I don't know why.
Oh,
Did you eat the chicken that you sent to the chicken butcher?
My mom
Butcher?
felt too bad, and she kind of cried about it. So no, but the family we gave it to, they did because they eat their chickens because they have like meat chickens, but we have like egg chickens.
Yeah.
So no.
We have, ours are egg chickens only. I have eggs from them
you
in
have any
my
chickens?
apartment.
I do not have chickens. I only have ostriches.
We had
20
had
of them to be
3.
exact.
We
They
had
have
3
cooler
chickens.
eggs than chickens.
We
Yeah,
had this
we had 3
kid
chickens.
who had
And
pets
oh.
that were crazy. He had like an ostrich, and he had a mountain lion. And the mountain lion, was it an ostrich?
He had a pet
Ostrich?
mountain lion.
Yeah, he was super rich. He had a
Are
mountain
you sure it's a
lion.
mountain lion?
Yeah, 100%. He had like exotic animals at his house.
I thought you said I saw a chicken once that had a bunch of weird pets.
No, there's this kid at our school. He was super rich. And the mountain lion got out and ate the
Him?
ostrich. I think it was an ostrich. It was some crazy bird that like isn't like around that
It's a
area.
crazy story.
But yeah,
There's
he had
mountain lions.
crazy.
There
In my
is.
neighborhood.
Hey
There's
guys, you want to
mountain
check out my
lions
pet
around.
mountain lion? Oh, it's just gonna maul me to death.
That happens. It
What?
happens with mountain lions in the UP, and there's one like around my.
Oh, but
Yeah,
I meant like
they're
as a
around.
pet that
Oh.
turns on you,
My
like
dad
Julius
got,
Caesar.
My dad has gone to a junkyard and they had pet bears. And the 2 bears got out, and then my dad was stuck under a car as the bears were like walking around because he was getting apart from a car. And there was just like bears walking around. Luckily,
Oh
he
my
didn't get
God.
attacked, but he like,
Yeah. And like
froze
they're
and,
black
like, didn't
bears, so
move.
that's a little better, probably.
I don't know what kind of bears they
I mean,
were,
there's
but-
no grizzly bears in Michigan.
They were robot
But it could have been
bears.
a pet grizzly bear, you never
I
know.
guess.
But
That's
still.
scary.
Was that in the UP?
Crazy.
No, that
No.
would be in my Vesterberg.
Mhm.
Not gonna know where that is. kind of by Mount Pleasant or Elma.
I'll just say it's
3 hours.
in my mind. I'll say it's the UP.
It's like here.
Here?
No,
Wrong.
here.
Here?
Central Michigan.
Up here.
Yeah. Okay, that's a great way to end it, talking about chickens getting slaughtered. So, that was a good show. How does Zach and Noah usually wrap this thing up?
The end.
Well, thanks for coming, Shaylee. We'll see you guys next time on a Roll. Bye.
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 Goodbye.